everybody. Time to get this done. Time to make a bag. Get a bag over my tree. As you can see, the cherries up there are starting to turn color. And there's no breeze this morning. So it's perfect time to get this thing bagged up. And got myself a yardstick so I can measure and see how big I need to make my bag. This is a 12-foot by 10-foot piece of material, so we're going to have to do some cutting down. And guess I better get to it. Alright, well, I got my scissors, kitchen shear. Well, these are the ones I bought for my garden bag. I just got them at the dollar store, so they're cheap. You know, it's good to have a pair of kitchen shears in your garden bag. Anyways, I've gotten this cut into 2 pieces here. So I've got a couple of pieces. I got my kitchen chair, which I hope will help get me tall enough to reach over the top of the tree. I might have to prune that top down just a little bit, and some of the long growth, because I want to try to keep the tree a little compact. So I might prune off some of this new growth, but then we will get it over the top of the tree, I hope. And yeah, we got a crop duster out there. Oh, he just disappeared. Anyways, that's that noise you hear. There's a crop duster out there. They're spraying the potatoes again, and I hope they get that one edge row near my fence, because that one is already showing signs of blight, that row of potatoes. So they really need to get it sprayed good. Anyways, let's see if this chair makes me tall enough to get that garden cloth over the top of my tree. Well, I got a bag over the top. It's a bit of a stretch. I'm only 5'4". So now I just got to staple close the bottom, and so the birds can't fly up from the bottom. And I really needed to get this done soon. I noticed my baby robins are out flying. They don't fly too well or too high, but they are flying. Saw one on my pickup truck last night. And then after it fluttered off, Mama Robin came and went and flew after it. And the parents will continue to feed their babies. Got some birds up in those trees. I don't know if I can get a good enough close, but there's a little yellow songbird up there. Anyways, the mama robins and the daddies will continue feeding their babies even after they're out of the nest, until their tail feathers are fully grown out and their wing feathers are fully grown out and they can fly and forage for themselves. But they do not need to be foraging on my cherries. In a couple of weeks, the Nanking cherries will be getting ripe and they'll be feasting on those. But the Rainier cherries, those are all mine. Well, folks, we got ourselves one bagged up cherry tree. And yes, I'm going to have to do a little extra pruning on this thing once it's done bearing. Did do a little bit of the new growth off the ends of the branches here, so that I could get the bag on it. But yeah, it's gotten a little bigger and a little taller. I gotta prune it down a little bit. I want to keep it a nice dwarf tree that's easy to harvest and easy to bag up. I'm a little on the short side, but here we go. Cherries are safe from the birds. stapled up the bottom here so birds cannot get in up through the bottom, get themselves trapped up there. Cherries will get themselves nice and ripe, and then I'll remove the staples and take off the bag once they are all ripe and I've harvested my cherries. So I think we did good today. Now I better hurry up and finish getting ready, get all this stuff put away and get ready for and get to work. It's almost time for me to leave to go to work. And yeah, we do have that crop duster out there. There he is. There's the crop duster. He's out spraying the potato fields. Got to get that fungicide on them. We want our potatoes growing nice and healthy. Well, good evening, folks. Just let you look, the moon's getting really getting towards full. This is the best time of day for me to get a decent view of the moon. Got an old camera, old phone. Doesn't focus very well. This is as close as I can get. But after this, when it gets dark, after the sun goes down, all we get is just a blurry white blob. That's about as good as this old phone will do. But yeah, looks like we're gonna have a beautiful sunset. I got the mowing finished back here, so it's good. It was a little late, so everything was getting a little tall. But it's done now. I ran out of gas yesterday. Got some money from my mom today for gas. I'm currently a wee bit overdrawn at the bank. Just comes from having more month and more bills than you got money. More going out than you got coming in. I'm still working on that. Still working on trying to get some sales in my Etsy store, as well as building up my YouTube channel, so that hopefully someday it will start providing me with a wee bit of income. Maybe enough to cover one or two of those bills. But we'll keep doing this and keep working at it, and someday we'll be here before you know it. But I'll let y'all go tonight, and we'll come back at you tomorrow, and hopefully by tomorrow night we'll have this video all finished up and out to you, and y'all be watching this Sunday morning or Saturday night. Depends on how my energy levels are doing. Or Saturday morning. God, I keep thinking it's Friday. It's only Thursday. Dang, it's only Thursday. Well, anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night now. Good morning, everyone. I'm Meg, Meg's Little House in the Country. Thought I'd give a little introduction here. Since we've got quite a few new subscribers that have joined us. And yeah, I'm just not really good at introducing myself, but yeah. That's one thing I do need to learn how to do, is introduce myself on every video, just for the new people who pop in and may not know what's going on or have seen me. And but yeah, I'm Meg. I live in a little house out in the country, very rural area here. And here we go. That over there is the pumpkin patch. And I got little baby pumpkins. Some of them are actually starting to peek up over the edge of the tires. Got some robins out there, out looking for worms. Yeah, got a little 1 acre piece of property. The back ½ acre is just a small pasture, which I'm keeping mowed down so it doesn't turn into weeds like it used to do all the time. I got my raised bed gardens here, where I am currently growing a really good crop of carrots this year, it looks like. I actually do need to get in here and thin them out, do some weeding. I am currently trying to find and transplant all my marigolds to the edges. And I did plant a row of nasturtiums, but only 2 of them sprouted. I never know. I don't know why. I just don't have good luck getting nasturtium seeds to sprout. My peas are doing amazing this year. Last year they didn't do so great. It got hot early on and they just kind of ended up collapsing. I'm trying to get these to grow over the fence and head away from the fence. There we go. Yeah, but they are, I put up a little fence last year. I always put up a little fence. Last year they didn't even get halfway up the fence before it got hot, and they got heat stressed and basically stopped growing. This year they are just, they're almost already taller than the little fence, and they are doing so good, my little tiny patch peas. I've got tomatoes and peppers in amongst the carrots. I've got squash on this side. Some of them are covered up to keep them from the birds from attacking them. I planted a row of cucumbers, which the birds in digging up bugs destroyed most of them, but I did put more seeds in the ground. Some of those are starting to sprout, so I'm hopeful that I may still get some cucumbers this year. They're pickling cucumbers, so I wanted to see if I could get enough to make pickles, which means you need to plant a lot of cucumbers. And yeah, one of these days I'm gonna try to fix up some kind of a cover over the top of this in the springtime at least, so it can get everything, can get a good start without the birds attacking. But everything's doing fine. In fact, I think this might be big enough. I can take this off. Yeah, might be able to take that off. Look how well that squash is doing. But anyways, that's me. That's my little house, and I'm getting ready to go to work, so I will come back and talk to everybody later. Well, good evening, folks. Moon's getting a little closer to being full. Let's see if I can get a good shot at it. That's about as good as we're going to get without a tripod to hold my camera steady. Let's zoom back out. Okay. Well, I've been working on the raspberries here. Ground under them is really, really dry. So right now I'm just trying to get some of this bindweed and grass here out of here. Just enough so when I turn on the sprinkler and water everything tonight, the water will actually get all the way down to the ground and get this all thoroughly watered. I also got out, well, I had to clip it off because ground's real dry. But once ground is all wet and I got the weeds and grass and everything out of the raspberries, I'm going to dig up the roots of the curly dock, because I really don't need curly dock in my raspberries. As you can see, it's really well rooted down there. But yeah, 4th of July is getting close. We're going to be hearing a lot more of that popping a sound around the neighborhood. This year it won't really matter. Jessie is deaf. She ain't hear it. And Dax is gone, and he's the one who had the worst anxiety. But, yep, at least now you can see that I do have raspberry plants in here. Getting most of this bindweed and grass out will allow the water to get down to the ground and get it wet, so then I can get everything well weeded and then trim out all the dead canes. And I'm gonna try to transplant some of these smaller plants that are on the outside edges into the middle here, because I've got some areas that like that. That's just all grass. There's no raspberries down there, and I need to fill in the empty spots. But otherwise, everyone's doing okay. The pumpkins are doing okay. As you can see, some of these are starting to get really good sized. I mean, look at these. They're getting ready to start crawling out of the tires. And temperature is warming up. Sunflowers are doing good. See how big they've gotten since I planted them? They've already grown several inches. No longer little teeny tiny starts. They're working on getting to be big 10, 12 foot plants. But, yep, sun's going down again. And neighborhood is starting to come alive. It's getting close to the 4th, so a lot of people are starting to shoot off fireworks. But like I said, this year I can enjoy it, and it doesn't have to stress me out because I have animals stressing out. And I guess that's a silver lining, maybe. I don't know. I always hated 4th of July because my animals would get so stressed, but don't have animals that get stressed this year. Maybe next year. Once Jesse's gone, we'll probably get myself another dog, but there's going to be a lot of thought going into getting another dog. So, but it's Friday evening. The birds are singing. And I'm getting ready to turn the water on my garden for the night and get these thirsty, dry little pumpkin starts. You see how dry they're getting. Good drink water. Tomorrow's going to be up in the 90s. Weather's getting up into the 90s now. It's going to be July 1st. I think it's supposed to get about 92 tomorrow. And then get up in the mid 90s and then maybe drop back in the 80s, but mostly summer is here now, and summer weather is here. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow and get this video finished off before it gets too long. Good night for now. Just thought y'all might want to look at this sunset. It's just amazing. Sunsets around here are just so beautiful. Just look at that. Just a little bit of rural Idaho beauty. Have a good night. Well, good evening everyone. A lot of hard work, but we've got ourselves a row of raspberries here. Digging out all the grass and all the weeds, getting all the dead canes trimmed out. I still have to get in here with a shovel and dig out the roots of the curly dock that's in here, but I'm thinking it's looking pretty good now. You can see I've got plenty of new flowers coming on. These are coming on the old canes. These are last year's canes, and you can see how they got the brown stems. This is a new cane from this year. You see it's got a green stem. It'll start blooming later this summer, probably about August we'll start getting blooms on it. But for right now, the old canes are sitting on their blossoms. So hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll have some fresh new raspberries coming on. Had a little wind today. I'm going to wrap this around this old cane, new cane, old cane there to help support it. That's one thing. I had so much grass and so much weeds that they were supporting all the canes, and I remove all the grass and weeds and there's nothing to support the canes now. But yep, that's what we got. Everything here is been weeded, and you can now see my raspberry plants plain and clear. Got all the weeds out. So nice. That looks pretty good there. Yeah, that looks real nice. Real good. Pumpkins are doing good, getting big. The white pumpkins are doing good. My jack-o'-lantern pumpkins are doing good. These are the gray ones. They're doing good. Cherokee bush are doing good. You can see some of them are even starting to come up and get above the tires there. Look at that. They're going to be vining out all over real soon. And the Big Macs are doing really good. So, and I've been really mulching with all the grass and weeds I pull. I do have to get out here and do some hand weeding around the tires, but the mulch is really helping to keep down some of the weeds, all the mulching I've been doing. Just got to keep at it. But yeah, everything's doing good. And tonight in Blackfoot we're going to be having our 4th of July fireworks. They used to have them on the 4th, but they decided they didn't want to compete with the fireworks shows in Pocatello and Idaho Falls, so they started doing them the Saturday before. They would have a little town celebration, you know, celebrate Blackfoot or whatever they called it. Anyways, so they started having the fireworks the weekend before. The peas are doing amazing. They never did this well last year. Last year they didn't get anywhere near this big or do this well. So this year they are just doing amazing. And I'm pretty sure that pretty soon we're gonna start setting some fruit here, getting some blossoms. Can't hardly wait. These are sugar snap peas, so these are the nice sweet ones that I just love eating. But hopefully we'll start getting some blossoms here soon. Oh, my little carrots are doing real good. Things need watered. Gonna have to put on the sprinkler tonight. Give everything a really good watering. And I still gotta get the grass, get this area dug out and get the rhubarb planted in there. It's gonna have to be done soon. But I'll try to make a little clip of some of the fireworks tonight and tack it on to the end of this video and get it posted, and so you all can well, get it out there. Jeez darn. Anyways, potatoes out in the fields are doing good too. Everything's doing good. It's a wonderful day. We've got wonderful weather right now. So I'll let y'all go for tonight, and I will see y'all on the next video. And yeah, have a happy 4th of July, everyone. Got my roses all, well, I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, got my roses all weeded too. I think I'm just went, well, I'm not caught up. I still have other areas I can weed. Just when you think you're ready, you look out over there and go, nope, there's some more weeds that need to go bye-bye. So, but anyways, I'll see y'all on the next video. Have a happy 4th of July. Celebrate. Have fun with your family. Be safe with your fireworks.